Welcome back to His Roots Homestead. This video is going to cover the different upgrades we've made to our barn. Here you can see I'm pressure washing the barn to get off all the old mold and bacteria. I'm using the 60 seconds bleach siding product. Works extremely well. I was pretty skeptical, but it really made a difference on the cedar shingles. The paint was incredibly thick, even being watered down a bit. The shingles soaked up the paint as well. I'm using a Sherwin Williams exterior paint. This was a very slow and tedious process, but almost a year later, watching this video, I'm really happy that we put all the effort and time into this project. This was the point where I was getting pretty tired of painting the barn. It soaked up so much paint, the gun had continually clogged. I eventually started painting it with rollers and brushes, but that was slow as well. As you can see here, the barn has no door. This is a project that I later finished before winter came. This is spring of 2025 where I'm painting. This photograph was one of the first photos we took after we moved in. And it was also one of the first projects I worked on, cutting down that tree, which was way too close to the barn. Here's a photo of the side before we had even painted it. You can see that the roof is in pretty bad shape too. Here we are removing the roof. It had leaked pretty bad. So we're just shoring up all the 2x6s. This photo here is of the egg box that I made in the fall of last year. It's a Rollaway Egg Box. This has really kept our eggs clean and crack-free. Here's a photo to remind you of the barn without the door. Here's a photo of the barn door that I completed October of 2024. It came out really well. I was really pleased with it, and the chickens stayed warm throughout the winter. I thought that this was a neat photo. You can't see the barn, but it's behind the smoke. We were in the middle of burning our field. I'm working on the new trim for the door and the side window. The missing door trim allowed for snow to blow in all winter long. I know I'm not wearing the best footwear, but it was quick and easy. Once I completed the trim here, the back of the barn looked so much better. This is the trim for the front door and the side window. Side window is apparently missing the trim, and the trim for the front door was in pretty bad shape, so I'm just replacing it with some Hemlock. Here's a reminder of what the back of the barn looked like. What a difference. Just letting the trim dry overnight before we put it up the next day. I didn't get a chance to record a video of the trim going up, but it's a pretty simple process. And here you can see we're repainting the exterior door just to make it look a little bit better. It doesn't look like it, but this was actually a pretty hot day and the paint dried very quickly. I never realized it until we painted this door that the original color almost had like a salmon pink color to it. So I'm finally getting a chance to install the exterior draft stopper. There's probably about an inch below the door that lets a lot of snow and rain in, and this is going to stop that. We also water sealed the floor around that area as well to give it some added protection. The deck boards here were very spongy. I'd say it was probably 25 years old. The pressure treated wood below was in pretty good shape, but the deck boards were just not very well supported, as you'll see here. As you know, if you have chickens, once you've exposed some dirt, they'll get right into digging, scratching, looking for bugs. And it looks like this one's taking a sun bath. I'm adding some crushed stone here just to bring it up a little bit, and which will allow me to pitch the new deck away from the barn itself. So here I'm building the frame for the new stoop using 2x4 pressure treated wood and then composite deck boards for the top. Here I'm lagging it to the ledger board. I will be leveling this so that it pitches away, just to get any rainwater away. This ended up taking a lot more screws than I'd planned for, but as you know, most projects do. My wife and daughter are planning on planting some wildflower perennial flowers off to the sides here. I have more projects planned, but this is probably going to wrap up the video for now. Thank you for watching.